Welcome, Queen. Do you recall that first time you thought to yourself, yes, this is my happily ever after? But then you experienced relational conflict and it escalated till it felt like the sun above. And maybe you or he or even both of you were scorching hot. And you say, you know what, I can't do this, I'm done. If so, if you read my ebook, Recognize Him, Is He Dating You for Commitment? I experienced that moment too. Except for mine came in the form of a text message. And although I didn't know him well, as I looked at that text message, it was a relationship setback because that relationship did not end the way I thought it would. And so, as I thought about how I could best help you today, I thought about sharing the two biggest problems I see when it comes to recovering from relationship setbacks. Number one, limited perspective. You see, when relationships end, we tend to look at what went wrong. We tend to focus on what didn't go right. We tend to see all of the negatives and we experience oftentimes feelings of sadness, frustration, grief, and even devastation. And while there's nothing wrong with feeling those feelings, they're normal to feel. It's normal to grieve what we lost. I thought to myself, I wonder how often do we take the time to truly consider that if this man threw his hands up and walked away, or if you got so fed up and you say, I'm not doing this with you now another day, and you walked away, then it's safe to say that that person wasn't meeting your needs. That person wasn't meeting your wants. That person wasn't a person who you had value alignment with. So if that is the case, what did we really lose? That was somebody else's spouse. Think about that. And then the second issue that I see when it comes to recovering from relationship setback is this one: lack of intentional reflection and objective influences. And when I say that, I'm simply meaning this. When our relationships end, who tends to weigh in? Family and friends. And although they may be well intended, they are sharing their opinion. And some of them are really laying it in. I mean, they just going to town and they talking. And everything they're saying, we're taking it in. And although we may not realize it, that is in our subconscious mind. So if we have not taken the time to sit and reflect ourselves and to really think about what did I gain from going through this relational conflict? What did I experience that can help me be better for my next relationship? Then we have all of their opinions in our head, and they can tend to cloud our judgment, tend to diminish. Well, I shouldn't say diminish. It can tend to contribute to our thoughts of what we went through. And the thing about it is, although they mean the very best for us, they can't do relationships for us. And so it's wise for us to sit and take time to really think about how we showed up in that relationship with that person and what we can do, what we can become because of what we've experienced. Because we don't have to just go through things, we can grow because of them and be better for later on in a journey down the road for the next person. And so today I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to challenge you to invest the hour in yourself. And before I tell you the video that I'm recommending to you, I'm going to tell you the why. It's because we can leave a relationship, or a relationship can end and we can still be hurting. A relationship can end and we can move on, but not be healed. A relationship can end and we can find ourselves thinking we're in purpose because we're productive, when really we are using that productivity as a way to keep our mind busy. And so we're not really being productive. We're overloading ourselves with all these different things in our life to keep us from thinking about the impact that that relationship had on our life in a negative way. And so as I was shredding and organizing Thursday night, this message came across my feed and I didn't realize I had already watched it, but I rewatched it again. And I just felt prompted to share it with someone. And because I'm connected to you, that someone is you. And that means that you value relationships. If you're watching this channel, I'm sure you do. And so if you want to have a strong relationship and you want your relationships to be healthy and helpful to you, I want you to invest the hour. Y'all know I'm not called to an hour. I try to get on here and give it to you quick. So although I've talked about these topics, I've not done so in depth like this. But I want you to click the video and watch it all the way through, because I'm sure, like I did, you too will gain value from it. It's called, again, A Recipe for Relationships. And here's the thing. When you have the right recipe for relationships, you set yourself up to build on a solid foundation, and you give yourself the awareness to respect all stages of the relationship development process, including necessary endings. As always, I'm Coach Sam telling you that 24 hours doesn't seem long, but in 24 hours you can change your life. So go ahead and do something life changing now.